Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Hugh here from Creator Up. Today we're gonna talk about 360 lighting solution, particularly how to light a 360 scene like the one we have right here, lighting me with the Insta360 Pro. But we're gonna talk about that later in this video. But first, we wanna explore all the options that you have to light your 360 scenes. If people tell you that, oh, you just cannot light your 360 video, you just need to shoot it, that is not true. So you can actually control lighting. And here is some ideas before I go into this crazy rig next to me, right? Here is some idea that you can actually control the lighting source of your video content and how to achieve the result you want. So first, tip number one, which is probably the most important one you have to realize on, is using practical, like this one right here. So practical is basically like lighting fixture in the scene already, have a light bulb built in it, like lamp, like practical on your ceiling, practical lighting anywhere, just in the scene for decoration purpose, it's already give out light. So how to control practical? Well, very easy. Basically by changing the light bulb into a higher voltage light bulb, you generate more light. In the practical, then you can light the subject's face like that to create a dramatic look or whatever look you're looking for in 360 video to achieve that cinematic result. So use your practical. And one of the issues is if you use practical like changing a light bulb, the practical become a really strong light source, will blow out your camera because this kind of camera is really easy to blow out because small sensor, right? Well, you can easily just shot the same frame again and using clean play, well, or some kind of technique to just replace it in a lower voltage scene with this higher voltage scene. So basically overlay two footage, shot the whole thing again, and replace it in stitching. So since we're talking about clean plating, they come to tip number two. What is clean plating and how to use it? So clean plating is actually really common in 360 production because sometimes the producer, whatever person, the client just want to be in the scene, just want to stand there and look at whatever is happening in the filming. That is a problem because they are not supposed to be in the scene and this thing capture everything. So usually you rely this technique called clean plating. Basically, you shot the scene twice, one with the producer there, or one with the lighting fixture, or whatever lighting kit you use there, production lighting there. And then the second time, you remove that and shot it all over again, the same scene. And then in post, you can have that list. Let's say that the lighting fixture is on list number 3, right here, right? In the post, you can replace this with the clean play and then stitch it with Mythica, whatever software you use. And then the light fixture will be gone, but you still have the illumination of the entire scene from the other one you did not use. So that is a basic concept of clean plating. And you can use software like Mocha VR or whatever software you use to make this process even easier. But if you plan this really well, you can easily do that in Premiere or Final Cut Pro or whatever editing software you use. Or you can easily doing the stitching process with AEP or Mythica VR. So that's tip number 2. And tip number 3, and which is the one I usually use and it's the most easiest one, is using a professional lighting source like this guy right here that can easily hide and stitch. You don't need to do anything. There's no post, no clean plating, there's no like Mocha VR, there's no like messing up with your light sources and blow out the scene. Just use this. So what is this? Like this giant thing right here next to me, like giving my face some glow on my sides. It looks so sexy in front of the camera. Look like I'm doing a makeup tutorial, but I'm not. So what is this? This is actually called Ambit 360 production light. It is actually one of the first professional made 360 lighting kit that's available right now in the market. Well, actually it's not available yet. This is a pre-production. Thank you for Scott Robinson to provide me this pre-production model so I can play around and show you guys this amazing thing. Look at that, I can turn it off. Look at the number right here. If you can see the number right here, you can control the luminance strength of this thing. That's 100%, super bright. But you can dial it down to your lighting. So you can really control the subject. So let's take a look at actually what this thing look like. Even right now in my studio, in my kitchen, it's not really my studio, it's a kitchen. But in my studio kitchen, it's actually well lit with different kind of light source, and it's really well lit. But even in situation like that, you want to add light on the subject without to add like detail, and because light is really important for any 360 production, especially for small sensor camera and an Insta360 Pro right here, or Obsidians, or even a Zcam, Micro Four Thirds, whatnot, a Zcam V1 Pro, S1 Pro. You still want to add light, because if you're a traditional 2D videographer, you know that it's very important. Even in a well-lit scene, you want to control the lighting and really make the subject stand out. So that's why, no matter like, well, again, even in a dark scene, you have to do this. But even in a well-lit scene, you want to add this and control the strength of the light to really achieve the result you want. So why use this Ambit VR lighting kit, a professional build light kit, and why not just make some homemade LED strip and tape around the tripod and call it a day? Well, first, this is professional build, and it's actually not too expensive. So in a way that you come up with some kind of hack, it's not professional build for VR production, you might end up costing more money to just get one package professional build light kit. Like here, it's really easy to carry around with really light. And a cool feature about this whole thing is, let me show you the spec here. So this LED is really well built. It's designed for VR production by profession. One thing really important is this thing, the CRI is more than 95%. So what is CRI? So CRI stands for Color Rendering Index. So what it means is how close is this light, LED light, shining the object to resemble the same quality you're getting from the sunlight. So retain the true color of the subject. So the higher this number is, the better the LEDs will not modify the scene. And that's what you need for VR lighting, because in VR lighting, we have to pretend this is not there, because in this post-stitch, this thing is all gone. It's a tripod, right? This whole thing will be stitched out. It will not be there. So you want the viewer to actually realize that this is no light there. It's just the scene look like this, and everything is a true color. So you want a light source to reflect the true color of a sunlight. So the CRI, this color rendering index is so important. So you want a lighting that have this standard built in already. Another thing is this thing has a pretty high luminance value. It's up to 6500. So it's really good for even a really dark scene like a warehouse. You don't have a controlled lighting, or like a club, or like some dark event venue, outdoor venue. You can really use this to illuminate the scene to really like still capture it without a really high noise. Like this camera, if you do it in a low light, usually you produce pretty high noise. So another crazy feature of this thing is, okay, battery. This thing you actually can charge with battery power. So fully charged up of this light kit can actually last for an hour and a half at 100%. Well, you can also purchase an extra battery package to make it last longer. Another crazy feature this thing have, you can actually use this as an Anton power V-Lock battery, because you can let the power source in here and power your camera directly using the power outlet into the camera. So if your camera needs some juice, you can draw juice from the light. So that is another great feature that you can use, so you don't need to connect so many equipment into your tripod. You can literally use this as an extra battery. So let me show you more test footage in actually low light scenario using this light kit, how much difference it make for your VR production. So here's our first test footage with our beautiful model here. She actually stands, if you look around, she stands in upstairs in a dark corner. The only light source is coming out from the ceiling window and the outside window. Look down, the tripod is already been removed. And pay attention to her dress. You only see her wearing a big black coat on her, right? The whole image is kind of dark and dead. And then let's see, we turn on the ambient light into 100%. Now look at the footage. She's actually wearing a red sweater inside her dark coat, and she's actually wearing a red pants, and you will not be able to see it when there's no light shining on her. If you only rely on like outside at practical lighting. And also pay attention to her eyes. Now her eye have that like sparkle glow that every videographer looking for, why they shine light into actors' eye at the first place anyway. It to get the sparkle in their eyes. And now you can see it with the light on. So go ahead and take a look at the second footage we have here. So the second footage, we have beautiful model Sarah here standing in, again, a dark corner, a really tight corner in one of my room. And outside, the outside only light source is coming out from the window outside. It's daytime. But pay attention to her hair. Her hair right now is dark black with like kind of red trim on the outside, and also pay attention to the object behind her. Is all in the dark, you cannot really tell what is behind her. And now let's turn on the light into 50%. And now you just realize that her hair is actually bright red. And then look at her eyes. She stand really close to the camera, and you can see that like sparkle on her eyes, and her red lipstick, which you cannot even see that without the lighting. And also her outfit. Her face is actually really pale, and you can really see that with the light shining on her face. Remember when I'm talking about the Ambit light have a pretty high CRI, and that is why CRI is so important, because it actually reflects the true color of the actress and all the subject, like the red coat and a red hair. You're not able to see before the light, and now you can really see it. If you look down here, you actually would not really see the light at all. If you turn around, move around, except the reflection from the wall, you are not notice there's a light there at all. So Ambit light just disappear in post magically. This is really great feature. When I'm looking at it, it's 100% on the Ambit light. So in 100%, it's a little bit hard, so the reflection is pretty strong right here. So you maybe want to, in this scene, you maybe want to just dial down to 50%. That's another great way you can control the strength of the light and just dial it to your taste. Because on this thing, 100% doesn't make her stand out more. Instead, it just, to me, is too bright compared to the rest of the scene. So in this scenario, it's better to just use 50%. Lastly, let's take a look at an outside shoot. So this shoot is in a bright daylight, so that you can see the sun over there. It just stands into the shadow, so it's really bright. This is, now the light is on, and now the light is off. So even with this really bright outside area with the add-on light, you can really bring out the color of the actress face and facial structure, and it's always recommended to use the light on your 360 shoot. So hope you learned something new in this video. This is just one of the videos I plan to create in the year 2018, and I will continue to share any tips and tricks that I learned along the way on my own personal production. And if any new gear, cool gears come out to help you in production, I will try to be the first one to review it. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, don't forget to subscribe. If you like this video, it will help me a lot. It will give me a thumb up. And I'm also on Instagram under the name Hugh.ho. So follow me on Instagram and check out some of the behind the scene. And if you have any comment, concern, and suggestion that you want to learn, don't forget to comment below, and I answer all my comments as much as often as possible. So, see you next time.